Annapatra of class 9A. We are presenting a project about breast cancer. So nowadays people are changing their lifestyle, eating the style of eating food and using products. They're using poly bags to bring their food or to store their food. As poly bags are made up of chemical, it can enter to the food and indirectly it can go inside our body, which can lead to the cause of cancer in our body. If it doesn't change us this way of lifestyle, then in future maybe we are the patient of cancer. So as nowadays breast cancer is very common in girls, I have chosen this topic as many are not aware of this and not taking it seriously. So cancer, it is a name given to many diseases such as breast cancer, kidney cancer, liver cancer and brain cancer, etc. Cancer is caused when cell division is going on in our body. As our body is made up of cell and our organs are made up of cell, if any error comes in DNA while cell division, it causes mutation. It is the error in the DNA. So this cause the cell this makes the cell error one, and which later becomes a tumor. When a group of cell divides and in a particular area, it is called as tumor, which can also be spreaded from one part to another, due to which the transferred part would be called as secondary cancer, as it is caused by primary cancer. We can be aware of this by not being much in sun, not using much alcohol or tobaccos, or it can be the reason of inheriting. So breast, it is a structural, complex structural of granular tissue, fatty tissue, and supportive connective tissue. It have lobes and lobules, and it is connected with the duct which transfer milk to the nipple. It is breast cancer. It causes when uncontrollable cell division occurs in breast. It as the DNA incorrection occurs, it results in tumor and which causes cancer. It can occur in both men and women, but it is more likely in women. We can identify this by as it will cause pain, redness, swelling, and even you will get to see that it causes some lumps in the particular area. It should be identified and treated soon very well, so that the health will be good. So, to prevent this, we should follow a proper lifestyle and a healthy lifestyle. Thank you.
Sure.
Good morning everyone, my name is Ibrahim. My name is Zoit Naik. We are from class 9th A and my project name is Human Skeleton. We are born with 270 to 300 bones. Slowly it's loosening, and in adult age we left with 206 bones. The human skeletons, the first part of the human skeleton is the skull. Skull is made by the front side and the back side bones. The joint of the front and back side bones, the entire object will make. And the second thing is the eye socket and the facial bone, and the immovable upper jaw and the movable lower jaw. And the next part is our backbone, means the vertebrate. This is the 7 vertebrates, and this is the 17 vertebrates. These vertebrates, inside this vertebrates, the spinal cord is present, and it transfers messages to the brain. And next, our rib cage. Rib cage, the 7 pairs of rib cage is connected with the sternum and also with backbone. It protects our lungs and our hearts. This the next three pairs of our rib cage. The next three pairs of our rib cage, they are not directly connected with the sternum, but it connected with the backbone. And the next 2 pair of our rib cage, they are known as floating ribs. They protect the kidneys of human beings. Then now we are moving to our hands. Hands is joined to our petrotic pedal. The upper part of the hand is called humerus, and the lower part of the hand is called ulna, and the side part of the hand is called radius. And the lowest part of the hand is called metacarpus and phalanges. And now we are moving our legs. So our legs is joined with our pelvic girdle with ball and socket joint. So the largest bone of our body is femur, and the joint of our body means the joint of our legs is called the patella, and the lower part of the leg is called tibia and fibula, and the lowest part of our leg is called tarsal. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning, I am Sampurna Das of class 9th A, standing in front of you to present my project, which is human embryonic development. So, what is human embryonic development? Human embryonic development is a complex and well-organized process which transforms a fertilized cell to a multicellular organism with specialized organs. So, for this process, we need to perform some stages. So the first stage is fertilization. Fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube. A sperm fuses with an ovum, and then this forms a zygote, which contains the genetic materials of both parents. This marks the beginning of pregnancy. And the second is cleavage. The zygote begins rapid cell division called cleavage. It divides 2, 4, 8 and many cells without increasing in size. The group of cells forms a solid ball called morula. And the third stage is blastocytes formation. The morula develops into a blastocyst. The blastocyst has inner cell mass which develops into embryo, and outer layer which forms placenta. And then fourth is implantation. The blastocytes attach to the uterine wall. This process is called implantation. The placenta and umbilical cord begins to form. Then the fifth is gastrulation. The embryo forms the germs layer. The first layer is endoderm, which forms the skin, brain, and nervous system. And the second is mesoderm, which forms the muscles, bone, blood, and heart. And the third is endoderm, which forms liver, lungs, stomach, and intestine. All organs originate from these germ layer. And the sixth is organogenesis. In the organogenesis, major organs begins to develop. Around the 4th week, the heart starts beating. Brain, spinal cord, eyes, and limbs form. Now the embryo looks human-like. And the 7th is embryo to fetus. After 7 to 8 weeks, the embryo is called as fetus. All major organs are formed. The fetus continues to grow and mature. In the conclusion, proper nutrition and care is needed for the proper health development of the fetus. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, myself Suprava Swai of class 9B.
My
myself Dibanshi Desai from class 9.
So our topic is solar and lunar eclipse.
So starting with me about lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse when the sun, earth and the moon comes in a straight line. When the earth comes in between of the sun and the moon, a lunar eclipse occurs. So a lunar eclipse occurs on a full moon night only when the sun, the earth and the moon comes in a straight line. It can be partial or full. It can either be partial or total lunar eclipse. The night side of the earth, a lunar eclipse lasts for a few hours, whereas a total solar eclipse lasts for only for a few minutes. This is not more dangerous than the solar eclipse. This is all about lunar eclipse. Now passing on to my project partner Subramani.
Solar eclipse. When the moon comes in between sun and the earth, then the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. When the people from the shadowed part of the earth try to see the moon, the view of the sun is partially or completely blocked for some time. A solar eclipse occurs on a new moon day, where only when the sun, moon, and earth comes in one row. The area in which an eclipse is total is only narrow track along the earth. Totally lasts only a few minutes. Sometimes there are 5 solar eclipses in a year. However, only two can be total solar eclipse. A total solar eclipse is a natural phenomenon. Long ago, solar eclipses were thought to happen because of something super nature, or as a sign of different something bad what was going to happen. This is still believed in some culture today also. A total solar eclipse can frighten people who do not know what is mean, because of some sun seems to disappear during the day, and the sky turns dark in last year. Thank you.
So now we want to see it by the experiment. This is lunar eclipse. The sun rays fall on the earth and the earth's shadow falls on the moon. This is how lunar eclipse occurs. Now in solar eclipse the sun's rays fall on the moon and the moon's shadow pass on to earth. This is how a solar eclipse occurs. Thank you.
A warm good morning to respected judges, principal sir, teachers and my beloved friends. I am Bodhan Champati.
And I, Aditya Kumar. We both are the students of the Amal Public School,
and
studying in class 10.
And we are going to present types of soil. Starting with forest soil. This soil is found in mountainous and hilly regions where there is heavy rainfall and the area is fully covered with forest. Example, Himalayas. The texture of the soil varies from loamy and silty in valley sides to coarse grain in upper sides. This soil is more fertile in the lower valley sides. This soil is not uniform everywhere because the characteristics of this soil depends on the climate and altitude of that area. This is ideal for the growth of mushroom. Moving towards the arid soil, this soil ranges from red to brown in color and it is found in high temperature and heavy rainfall areas. Because of high temperature, this soil lacks in humus and moisture content. Moving towards laterite soil, this laterite word is derived from the Latin word called later, which means bricks. It develops in high temperature and heavy rainfall. Because of heavy rainfall, it occurs leaching, and because of high temperature, it kills the microorganisms which creates the humus and moisture, resulting in the lack of humus and moisture. Now I am passing it on to my partner Aditya Kumar.
Now, let's move on to alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is a is the very fertile soil, which is used in which most of the crops are grown. It consists of minerals like potassium, potash, phosphoric acid, lime, and it is usually ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, and wheat. Alluvial soil in some areas, like in some dry areas, it become more alkaline, and it is made up of sand, silt, and clay. We can see through the map that alluvial soil is present near the Indo-Western UP, Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, and Assam. Now moving on to black soil. Black soil. So black soil is black in color, and it is also known as regular soil. As in the language of Telugu, black is known as regular. Black soil is appropriate for the growth of cotton, and it is also called as black cotton soil. As we can see through the map, black soil is present near the southwest of the India. Black soil is in black soil in black soil many crops are grown like cotton and soybean. Now moving on to red and yellow soil. Red and yellow soil is usually developed on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall. It is red in color due to the diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. As we can see through the map that it is present here. It is mostly found in the states of Odisha and Chhattisgarh, and it is also found in the southern side of the Middle Ganga plain and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. In this soil, rice is the suitable crop which is grown. In this generation, we can see there is a high decreasing in the soil erosion. The problems that are leading to the soil erosion are deforestation, overgrazing, irrigation, construction, and mining. These all consequences are affecting the soil, which are leading to the soil erosion. Thank you.
So it attached to the particles of this mixture and lifts it to the top of the oil. And when the CO2 gas is released, it sinks down to the bottom. So this was all about the science behind this project, and it is a temporary lava lamp, but there are permanent lava lamps which are used in decoration and
Have you brought any permanent level?
no, I didn't have. Permanent lava lamp, it is chemical based lava lamp, but there are heat based lava lamps, and due to the heat the change in density takes place, and therefore the up and down of these particles takes place.
Good.
What is the name of this reaction?
So
Citric acid you have taken and sodium bicarbonate. What is the name of this reaction?
it's metal
Salt is
When
not
acid reaction takes
What type of reaction it is called as?
what is the name given to the reaction? On reaction it will be
Now
given.
acid and base they read.
neutralization reaction.
Huh?
Neutral.
Neutral. Very good. So how can you know it is neutralization reaction?
Because
What is the product in a
salt and
neutralization?
water.
Okay, good.
Rainwater harvesting is a technique of collecting water from rain, while the purification process also involved in this process. We can collect rainwater and reuse it again and again in our daily lives, such as for farming and for irrigation purposes. It has many benefits such as water security, reduced demand on municipal supplies, low utility bills, prevent urban planning, by utilizing rain. Rainwater harvesting has both advantages and disadvantages. For some advantages, for soil erosion, such as rocks, easy to maintain. Disadvantages are rainfall, initial high cost, storage is limited, and maintenance cost. Now we will explain about this project. with the
बताओ
we will connect the water in this connected tank. Rainwater. And we will transfer it to the main tank called well. From well we will transfer it for irrigation field and collected water for purification and for animals for drinking. And second step, we will purify by various methods, by rock, sand and cotton and charcoal. And we use this fresh water for drinking and for cooking purposes. And we can conserve this rainwater for our future upcoming disasters and climate crises.
So, what is the role of this cotton you have placed here?
And the role of this cotton is cloud.
No, it's a cloud. Model of cloud. Is it possible there to do the project at home? Is it possible? Means cotton, you have to take a lot of amount of cotton, no? Are you using in house? Charcoal? Are you using?
Buying from
No. Are we using charcoal at our home during this filtration? Do you have aquaguard in your home? Huh? Have you read that one? That filter, what it has been used there? Have you read that one? Perhaps you have changed sometimes. Do you have that old one? You see that one. You break that one and see what is there. Huh? You'll get the charcoal there.
Charcoal is present.
Okay.
It's the principle of aquaguard.
So it is the principle what we are using. The same thing is being used, but this is not actually helpful at home. Okay, but this process we can show you. This is the process we are
It's a
using.
process.
Nice. This one? It's a game. If you touch, you have to pay 3 rupees. Nice. Okay, good.